Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. I love making decor pieces for fall, so many beautiful colors, and I have 3 pumpkins and a wreath for you today. I have joined a collab. This is my thing collab, and the collab is hosted by Maria at MarikaCreations. And there are some more ladies involved in this collab. Here are a few of them. I will leave links down in my description box to all of their channels, so you can check them out later. But most important, there is a playlist to this collab, link down in my description box. So jump on over right after this video and get inspired. So stay tuned for all this. For my first DIY, I will use this piece of plywood and I will make a 3D pumpkin. So I just figure out how it would look like from above, and like a flower almost, because I will have like 5 grooves to my pumpkin, and it looks like that. And I will cut it out with my jigsaw. And it looks like that, and I will trace that one onto the plywood like that, and I will make 2 of them. There's one, and the second one over there. And then I will trace just a tiny bit inside that traced line, so I will mark it to be slightly smaller, both of them like that, and I will cut those out. And now they look like this, one on the top and one on the bottom, slightly smaller. And you see where I'm going with this? So I will build it up smaller and smaller on the bottom and on the top. So keep going, tracing like that, and then mark within that traced line again on both of them, and then cut them out. And now I have done all my parts. There are 1 extra on the top, look like that, cute. Now I will make sure that they all look good, and I use my rasp and my sandpaper to do that. If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative. Please join me. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and let's be friends. Time to glue them all together, and I use some wood glue, and in the center also some hot glue, both for the strong hold and for the quick hold. And I do that on all of them, and then just set them aside to set for a while with something heavy on top. Time to drill a hole for the stem of my pumpkin. My husband is here to assist me, and just an ordinary drill first, and then this kind of cone shaped drill to get a wider hole on top. And it looks like this. Perfect. Now it's time to find a stem, and I found this one, looking good I think, but it is quite strong and it was quite hard to bend into the shape that I wanted it to be in, but I am stubborn, so I kept at it and it turned out fine I think. And then I need just to cut that upper piece off, and I have my big guns. So easy to cut with this. Perfect. Time to put my stem into place, just with a dot of hot glue, like so. And then I need some curls, and I have this wire that I'm going to wrap around my paintbrush to get those curls. Just cut it off, and there we go. And I will just hot glue that into place as well. I cut it in half because I thought it was too long and I need 2 of them, so just hot gluing those into place, both of them. And then I will take it out and spray paint it in a golden color, just 1 coat all over the pumpkin, and it's done, looking shimmery and nice. And I will just attach a couple of leaves, 1 on the pumpkin and 1 on the stem, and it is done. And here it is in my living room, looking pretty, I think. A modern take on a pumpkin. Tell me, what do you think? Does it look like a pumpkin? Maybe an apple? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. My second DIY, I will use this styrofoam wreath form that I will turn into a pumpkin, or at least part of it. So I will cut like cake shape pieces out of it, like you see me do here. It's quite messy, but it turned out good, so it's worth doing, like that. And I have like different thickness, some smaller, some bigger, and I cut out as many as I needed to get a nice pumpkin shape. This will be quite a small pumpkin, so it all depends how big your wreath form is, how big it will turn out to be. And I actually used just half of the wreath form, so I could do 2 pumpkins actually out of this form. Time to glue the pieces together, and I started out bravely with some hot glue, and it didn't work that well. Some of it melted a little bit. Maybe I had it on too hot, so I ended up putting some ordinary glue onto them as well, and then I just set some heavy around it, just squeeze it into place so it would stay in place until the glue had dried. My pumpkin has dried, and now I'm rasping a little bit where the styrofoam pieces meet, where I want to have my grooves in my pumpkin. So accentuate that a bit. And after this, it's finally time to embellish my pumpkin. And here it is, looking pretty like that. And I will decoupage it, and I have this beautiful fall inspired napkin, and I will just tear the layers apart like you see me do here. It was actually 3 layers, but I will use the one that are white to start with, because I want to get softer edges on my pumpkin. So I just put Mod Podge on top and just place him where I see fit, and 1 to 2 layers to have it nice and rounded and edges everywhere. So this is how it looks. Cute already. So taking just a paintbrush with some water on it and trace where I want to tear my pieces and carefully tear it. It's so much easier with some water on there. So I put some Mod Podge on my pumpkin and place my napkin piece where I want it, and then lots of Mod Podge on top of it, and I continue doing that bit by bit, tracing even more of the berries. But before I put them on, I noticed that it was so wet and sticky, so I took my hairdryer. Too impatient to wait. And then I continued and I covered the whole pumpkin, the bottom, the top, everywhere with this lovely napkin. And it is done, and it has dried, looking pretty, doesn't it? And now I have a piece of cinnamon stick and some greenery, some autumn leaves that I will hot glue into place, like you see me do here. And then my piece is done. And here it is, sitting in my kitchen, looking cute, and I love the scent of it. For my third DIY, I will make a pumpkin out of this old book. I've used it in my projects before. It was almost falling apart, so cut it in a shape like that, almost like an 8, like a pumpkin shape, and I would tear a few pages out and put it on top and just cut it around my template like you see me do here. And I will make plenty of them. I think I had like 25 ish. Now I have all my pieces, and I will glue them together like that, all of them separately to start with. And then I will start gluing them together like this. And I will have bunches of I don't know how many in each bunch, but like 5 or 6, and I will make like 4 bunches, and then I will finally glue the bunches together. I have them all here, and now I will glue them together like that. My pumpkin shape is done, and now it is time to make the stem. And I will continue with just book pages. I have one book page that I will roll like you see me do here. Fix it together with a dot of hot glue. And then I will twist it and turn it and try to get it into the shape I want it. And then when I have the shape that I want, I will put some hot glue on it and press it into place like that. And now time for the leaves, and I will take a book page and just freehand some leaves, 2 of them like that. But before I hot glue them into place, I will dry brush them on the edges and a little bit on top with a black acrylic paint. And I would not stop with the leaves. I put some of this black acrylic on the edges of my pumpkin as well. Final touch, I will take these thin strips of a book page and I will fold them and then curl it on my finger to make these pumpkin curls. And I will make 2 of these curls for my pumpkin and then just hot glue them into place. And here it is, my book page pumpkin. Looking pretty, I think. What do you think? For my 4th and final DIY, I will make a wreath. I have these wooden wreath forms, 2 of them, one small, one larger, and I will make a moon-shaped wreath. But first I will dry brush them, and I don't know why I did that, because it will not show at all. But I did it anyway, so I will show you what you can do if you would like to, and if you want some of the wreath forms, because they are pretty, if you want some of them to show, you could dry brush them. And I used black acrylic, white acrylic and some green acrylic, and I tied them together like you see me do here with just a piece of jute string. Then I will take some raffia, like 3 or 4 strands at one time, and just tie it together like you see me do here, and then wrap it around the moon shape of my wreath like that. And when I'm out of raffia, tie it again and continue until the whole moon shape is filled with raffia. This is a nice backdrop if you would see it, but you won't see it. But it's a lot easier to attach the greenery onto the wreath when you have something for them to grip onto. So that's why I'm doing it. So there we go, ready to be embellished. Looking pretty like that as well. I will use some ivy. I will put that in the center of my moon. And at this point I didn't even need to put hot glue onto my picks. Could easily stick them into the raffia. And then I have these beautiful orangey red picks, beautiful for fall, that I will put on either side like that, and I will tie them together with just a tiny bit of jute string, fluff it, and then some more picks within the ivy to fill it out and to have different colors showing. I will embellish it further with some pine cones, seed pods, moss, and whatever you can find in nature. And I will put this in my herb room on the window that faces the grandchildren's playroom, so the back side of it will show. It's nice looking as is, but I wanted to make it a little bit more fun for the children. So here I am with just some white fabric that I will cover the moon shape on the back with, just hot gluing it into place all the way around, or almost. And once I am done gluing it on, I will cut out the moon shape and then fold it on the inside there as well to get a nice finish. So it will be like a moon for the children, and I will embellish it a bit further with an eye like that, and a nose and a mouth. If you like this video and videos like this, be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button for more inspirational videos. I post once, twice, or sometimes even 3 times a week, so don't miss out. And here it is, hanging in my herb room, looking beautiful. I just love it. And in the center of the moon, I couldn't resist. I have a little bit of bling, a crystal there. Beautiful. And on the other side, we have the man in the moon, looking a bit sleepy, I think. So tell me what you think of my creations today. Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. I love to read them. And now the playlist link to this collab in my description box. Head on over. If you want to see more of my creations straight away, hit that DIY playlist icon appearing on the screen right here. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.